Hey everybody, welcome to Crack Pack Tuesday number 160 on the Mana Leek. I'm John as always, and we've got ourselves another pack of Core Set 2019. A set that's not great. It's not going to be in my top 10 all-time worst sets. It's just a Core set. Anyways, we're going to crack this pack open, see what's in it, and see what we would take pack one, pick one if this was a draft. Now, this of course is a sponsored Crack Pack. If you are a patron backer at the $5 level and above, you get entered each week to get all the contents of this pack, or just the rare, or just the foil, or nothing if it's not worth anything. Anyways, this week's winner is Godridge, so get in contact with me on Patreon and we'll figure out what cards we can get. But let's see what we would take pack one, pick one. Up first is Mighty Leap, 1 and a white for an instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains flying until end of turn. Not a first pick, and there's a bit of a glare, unfortunately. Not a first pick. Totally fine combat trick. If I've got a spot, you bet I play these. If I don't feel sad about it, but I'm never first picking it. Up next is a Cancel, 1 blue for an instant counter target spell. I've played this more than I should, just because I've played more than a couple of mono blue patient rebuilding decks, and it works really well in those decks. Any other deck, you shouldn't be playing this, and you're certainly never first picking it, so out of frame it goes. Up next is Daggerback Basilisk, 2 and a green for a creature Basilisk with Death Touch. It's a 2/2. It's good. It's just really good. It obviously works amazingly with Rabid Bite and Declared Dominance and things like that, but it's just really good on its own. I've probably said this in the set review. I'd be shocked if I didn't. I'd prefer if it was a 1/1 Death Touch for 1, but a 2/2 for 3 is okay. Currently the first pick, but I assume this pack will get better. Up next is Duress. Duress is a single black mana for a sorcery. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card in it. That player discards that card. Because it's non-creature, because Magic, especially Draft, is creature-focused, this whiffs. This whiffs a lot. You generally should never main deck this. What I do is I side it in when I see a Tezzeret or an Ajani, or I see something that I can't handle. Then this maybe comes in, but that's pretty rare. Certainly never a first pick. Up next is Sovereign's Bite. Sovereign's Bite is 1 and a black for a sorcery. Target player loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. Not good. Not good. This card just doesn't do enough at all. This costs a card in your deck. And if you're new to the channel, hi, welcome. We talk a lot about how expensive a card is in your deck. You could have another Daggerback Basilisk. That's going to do some damage. That's going to kill some creatures. This does one thing, and it does it pretty poorly. It's not a card that I ever really want to play, and it's never, ever, ever a first pick. It should be more like a last pick. Up next is Boggart Brute. Boggart Brute is 2 and a red for a creature Goblin Warrior. It's a 3/2 with Menace. It was the first card revealed with Menace, and it's a good one. It's a very, very, very good one. I think it's the first pick so far, possibly above the Basilisk. It's just aggressive. It's exactly what red wants in a 3-drop. I'd be very happy to take this card and put it in a red deck. I wouldn't feel ecstatic about first picking it. So let's have it hang out in frame, but let's hope that something else comes along to get it out of there. Up next is Wall of Mist. Wall of Mist is a 0/5 creature wall for 1 and a blue. Again, I've played more of these than I should because of those mono blue patient rebuilding decks. There's very few decks that want this, and you're going to know if you want it, and you're not going to know if you want it at pack one, pick one. So you should never be first picking this, and a lot of decks shouldn't be playing it. Play it only in those really late game control-y, probably mill decks. Well, hey, Rabid Bite, we can just throw every card we've looked at so far away. Rabid Bite is 1 and a green for a sorcery. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. So it's not a fight, it's a bite. It's great. It's green's removal, and it's really good green removal. It goes amazingly, as I said, with a Daggerback Basilisk. It goes great with all the big creatures. You know, a Dreadmaw is basically unconditional removal at this point. It's a fantastic card. I would have no qualms first picking a Rabid Bite. Up next is Manalith. Manalith is 3 generic mana for an artifact. Tap it, add a color. Any color. Your choice. It's fine. It doesn't go in a 2-color deck unless you're ramping, at which point there's just better ramp. Get yourself some Druid of the Cowls or something. But if you are trying to splash a dragon or trying to splash a Banefire, this card is great. Never, ever, ever a first pick. But when you want it, you'll know it. Up next, and this will be our final common by my count, is Abnormal Endurance. 1 and a black for an instant. Until end of turn, target creature gets +2/+0 and gains. When this creature dies this turn, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. This card's great. This card blows you out so frequently. It's so good. It's just a combat trick, but man, does it hurt in a lot of situations. Never ever want to first pick this, but I would certainly play it in most packs or most decks that I do. Our first uncommon, whoops, hey, look at that. We know what our rare is. Well, that's going to be anticlimactic, but we know what our first pick probably is. Inferno Hellion is 3 and a red for a creature Hellion. It's a 7/3 uncommon. It's got trample, and at the beginning of each end step, if you attacked or blocked with Inferno Hellion, you shuffle it back into your library. This isn't very good. It's got a big number on it. It sounds like it should be good, but the fact that it shuffles away, the fact that it can just be blocked and killed by something with 3 power, this never really quite does what you want it to do. Yeah, there's some synergies that are kind of cute with it, a thud or giving it flying or something like that. But still, the ceiling is high and the floor is so low on this card that I don't like it. I try not to play it, and I'm certainly never first picking it. Our second uncommon is Sift. Sift is 3 and a blue for a sorcery. Draw 3 cards, then discard a card. I love Sift. It's a massive amount of card draw, and that discard's not going to hurt that much when you just drew 3 and potentially have still a land or 2 in your hand or something. Sift is great. I'd consider first picking it, but not against a Rabid Bite. Our final uncommon is Knightly Valor. Knightly Valor is 4 and a white for an enchantment aura enchant creature. When Knightly Valor ETBs, you get a 2/2 knight. White knight creature token with vigilance, and the enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and vigilance. Knightly Valor is great. I would first pick it as well, just not against Rabid Bite. It's expensive, it's an aura, but you get that 2/2 at least, even if you get blown out. So Knightly Valor is great, just not against Rabid Bite, and certainly not against the rare that we saw, Lathliss Dragon Queen. Lathliss is 4 red for a legendary creature dragon. She's a flyer. She's a 6/6. Whenever another non-token dragon creature ETBs, non-token. Interesting. Interesting. I feel like at our local store, we've let some people get dragons off the dragon egg token. Got to remember that. You get a 5/5 dragon token every time a dragon ETBs. Pay 1 and a red and give all of your dragons fire breathing. She's amazing. She's a 6/6 flyer for 6. She's a slam dunk first pick right there. And the fact that if you get yourself some other dragons, especially that dragon egg, because it's so cheap, or some spark tongue dragons or something like that, you're just going to go crazy with this card. Lathliss is amazing. She kicks Rabid Bite out of there, and we've got no foil or anything in behind there. She's fantastic, and she is a slam dunk first pick. I think that's a pretty easy pack. I don't think there's too much discussion there. If you really super want to be low curve, or you have a massive preference towards green, maybe the Rabid Bite, but I don't think so. It's Lathliss. She's super good. Let me know what you would have taken. Would it have been Lathliss? And if not, why not? And what would it have been? In the comments down below. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can find me on Twitter at the Mana Leek. That's L-E-E-K, like the vegetable, not the card. You can find me at facebook.com/SamannaLeek, twitch.tv/SamannaLeek, and patreon.com/SamannaLeek, where if you become a $5 backer or above, you can get a chance to get all of these cards each week. And that works at the start of each month. So if you become a backer tomorrow, you won't be charged until September 1st, at which point then you'll be active in the drawings each week. Finally, if you go to inkedgaming.com, they make all kinds of playmats. They made this playmat here and all the playmats that I send out to patrons. You can use the coupon code MANALEEK10, all one word, the number 10, to save 10% off your cost. If you do have questions, comments, or suggestions, though, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you all next time.